Saeed, and I'll be talking you through Unit 13, Leadership in Sport. Within this assignment, we'll be looking at three main aspects, which are the qualities, characteristics and roles, and we're going to be describing what a good leader in sport has to have. So in terms of qualities of a sports leader, the four main things we're looking at is knowledge of sports skills, knowledge of rules, knowledge of mental needs, and understanding physical needs. First of all, knowledge of the sport. You're required to have some information about the sport. So maybe some types of skills, all types of things. You must be able to. It'd be better if you were able to demonstrate to the people you're trying to show. In terms of a manager, maybe they could teach a player how to defend, how to score, things like that, and you'd be able to know how to develop the drills you're doing, so you can go from giving a short 5 meter pass to maybe giving a 30 meter pass, which is improving, or maybe get a defender in there or something, maybe to improve knowledge of the rules and the laws. You gotta be able to know the rules of the game. It'd be best if you teach the participants the way forward in the game. So an example of fair play would be Nigel Owen, who's in a sense is a leader because he's a referee of the game. He promotes good understanding of the rules and laws of the game. So when something wrong occurs in the game, he'd call over the players. In many instances we've seen, he'll call over the players, he'll tell them, you're doing this wrong and you should get this correct. And if you don't do that, you're going off. And he's a good role model for all other managers, for all other referees in all types of sports. Understanding mental needs, you should understand what mentally what the players need. So what drives them, how to motivate them, motivate all types of players. You have to have different goals for different players. Emotionally, not all players are the same. So you gotta know how to touch some players in one way emotionally and some other. And then each session, the player they should enjoy it in terms of training. That's the best way you're gonna get out of the players. Physical requirements. Not everyone is the same physically. There's aspects you should be looking at throughout. So an example would be age, disability, injury, and fitness. For example, age. Coming from a professional footballer, looking at a professional footballer, you'd see that them kids that are about 20 years old would be able to do a lot more running than the ones that are at just above their peak. Fitness levels, if you're young, you should be having more intensive sessions a lot, whereas the older you are, the more time you need to recover. So maybe having light training sessions. The disability, that's one you can't really talk about, because in a team, teams, if you have disability, you have disability teams, so all players are different physically, and injuries, you should let the players feel like they're still a part of the team, even if they're injured and not on the sidelines. Characteristics, the four main ones we'll be looking at are persistence, consistency, forgiving, and commitment and being passionate. Persistence, you gotta keep working hard at what you're doing. You shouldn't give up, and if something goes wrong, you gotta get back on your feet and you gotta keep trying, encouraging players. A great example of this is Jurgen Klopp. He's currently the Liverpool manager. He encourages players a lot, maybe on the touch line in training. He's like a good role model to them, and he praises them even if they don't do too well. So if someone does something wrong, he'd tell them, you've done this wrong, but they look at the good aspects of what they've done as well and give them constructive criticism. Consistency, you have to have the same approach, not changing, don't change too much, and you gotta have the same playing style. An example of this is Arsenal. They've come fourth 7 consecutive times since the beginning of the Premier League when it was given this name. This shows consistency, but then you could look at this and say, coming fourth is not winning the title, so there's something you've got to change. Forgiving, leaders must react in the right way if something was to happen. An example of this would be when Alex Ferguson kicked a boot in Beckham's face. He was in the wrong, because you shouldn't be attacking your players. He reacted in a bad way, And also, there should be no grudges held. If a player performs poor, you can't be benching him 3 years down the line. That's just incorrect. And you shouldn't take anything personal, because an example of that would be Pep Guardiola when he was at Bayern Munich. The players didn't like the way he was playing. He plays the tiki-taka, but they were used to their Bavarian football style. So one of the semi-finals, the players told him we wanted to play our own way, and he goes, all right. He took it a bit personal, saying they don't like him or something. So he let them play the way they wanted to play, and they ended up losing 4-0 that game. Commitment, passionate. A great example of that is Jurgen Klopp. He's passionate, he's committed, and he knows what he's doing. So he's come from Germany, where he wasn't doing too well. He come here, and he's done a very good job, where Liverpool have gone to 2 finals in his first year. He motivates every single player, and he's good friends with them. Roles, the 4 main roles of our coach, there's the 4 different types we know: our organizer, the psychologist, the guardian, and the role model. Our organizer always has something planned, depending on who they're playing, what the playing style is, and they adapt to it. So another good thing is that even during training, before training, they are ready. They have the equipment all set up. They're prepared, they're prepared. They know what they're doing in every training sessions. They plan ahead, and even if something doesn't go correct, they'll always have a plan B, a contingency plan. An example of this is at international levels. All managers pick their squads about 3 months before going up to the World Cup, going out to the Euros, the African Cup of Nations, and the Copa America. Psychologists are some type of managers that use a lot of their brain. A great example of this is Mourinho. So he likes to get in the head of his opponents. An example of this is when he was at Chelsea and playing Arsenal. Arsenal could not beat him. He simply got in the mind of Arsene Wenger. He says that football is a human psychology. He says it's a human psychology, and he always has the tactical advantage. An example of this is that when he was at Inter Milan, he got some circus performers to come into the squad and teach them how to dive, because that could give you that upper advantage, maybe getting a penalty for your team and maybe even scoring a goal that can win you the game. A guardian is a good example of that is Arsene Wenger. He likes to have a lot of young players in his squad. He keeps them safe, he protects them, and takes responsibilities. An example is that when in the media are looking at players, he'd happily tell them lies to keep the players in the correct way. Role model, a great role model would be someone like Pep Guardiola. He has had a very great career himself while he was playing for Barcelona. He's won it all. So he come back as a manager, and he's done basically the same thing at Barcelona and the same thing at Bayern. He's won everything there is to win. He sets good examples and high standards, and he's also enthusiastic when his team wins. He gets down on the touchline and he celebrates with his team. You know what I mean? You can see the frustration. Here's my bibliography throughout the pictures I've shown. And thank you very much for watching my presentation.